Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Janet and welcome. So as you can tell, my flu is gone. I am feeling much better. So today's topic is really something that has been on my mind for actually like for so many years, I guess. It's like been at the back of my head, but it isn't something that has been mentioned out loud to many women because many women have been forced to portray themselves as beautiful or pretty. They had to make sure that like we won't talk about these things, we'll just work hard, get a big butt and dress nice, put on a wig, all those things. We've been doing too much anyways, so it was just for the male gaze, I guess. Yeah, the male gaze. Unfortunately, like we women, we have a tendency of, I guess, like is it like we're competing against each other, and it's probably for the sole purpose of trying to probably mate. But in the animal kingdom, it's so opposite. The men are always the ones who are, or the male, yeah, the males are the ones who are trying to get the attention of the females. And when the females find the males attractive, they will simply just like brush them off. They will like just ignore him until he goes away, or they probably just go away. And unfortunately, it's like here in real life for us, the species, humans, we're not species, I guess. I don't know what we are, but I just know that we are humans. I know that we're children of God. So yeah, like for us, it's quite intriguing because like we have a tendency of trying our utmost best to please guys, and I don't know where it stems from. Like even during the time of Queen Esther, a lot of the women were doing their best. They were like putting on the perfume, putting on makeup, making sure that they look good for the king, and they were hoping that they would pick them. I mean, he would pick them, but it turns out he picked Esther, Queen Esther. I'm sure she followed the rules and stuff like that, but God's favor was sufficient for her. Of course, she had to follow the rules and stuff like that, but the fact that, God just also simply just put favor on her, I think that also played a role. And plus, she also had a beautiful body, beautiful face. Face card didn't decline, of course, but it really, I think when God, puts favor over you, and I think it's so sufficient. Oh, I'm still trying to understand, like, okay. So I read this book, Women Don't Owe You Pretty. I have it over here. And I think I actually did a review. Not I think, I know I did. I actually did do a review on the books that I read, and this one was one of them. I'm gonna read it again because honestly, this book needs to be imprinted in my head, because there were many times when I go like on Instagram and I'm so tempted to post a picture, but it's like there's so many things, like it's like you have to give this facade, yeah, this, like you have to put yourself out there in a way that paints yourself in a different way. Like you have to make yourself beautiful, very attractive. You have to make yourself look more appealing or soft to the eyes. If you're having any blemishes, people will be like, oh, why are you having blemishes? It's like old Instagram was so cool. Like you didn't have to put in much. People are making money off Instagram. I see that's why they're putting a lot of work into it, but some of us are not making money from Instagram. When some of us, the audience of Instagram or users of Instagram, we go on Instagram in hopes of like, just, chilling, vibing, post pictures of like, backyard or, fruits, veggies growing in the garden. Then here comes people who are famous or whatever coming to your profile. I don't know if they're looking for someone to fly out or looking for a date. I don't know what celebrities are doing, or even just like influencers. Yeah, influencers who are like very upcoming, or they're out there, then they come on your profile and they check you out. So to be honest, me personally, I think Instagram is a dating app. That's why I just feel that it's so cringe now for me to even just put my picture out there. I want to put my picture out there. I want to just be myself. But it seems like I really just have to put an effort. I have to be perfect like a celebrity. I have to showcase my life as if it is perfect. But really, I'm just still starting. Like, I know I'm 31 years old, but my life is not where I want it to be yet. You know, there's still a long way for me to go. I still have to, jumpstart, the places I want to be at, or rather, I have to jumpstart my career in order to go to the places I want to be at. So it just doesn't make sense for me to put out a facade in Instagram or on Instagram and portray my life in a certain way that is not true. I have seen this happen so many times. Why do I have this pen? I've actually realized that for men, it's very simple. It's simple for men to actually just go on social media or just breeze through life without being questioned about their looks. I kid you not. Women get questioned about their looks more. Or if, like, say for example, she's very unattractive, people will punish her for that. They'll be like, why are you even here? Why do you exist? That type of thing. And there's many videos that I've checked on Instagram and on, not Instagram, but TikTok, that have been talking about this type of thing. It's like people just want to be with attractive people. That's why a lot of people are going for plastic surgery, and people get shocked that, oh, you have an ugly child, apparently an ugly child, or whatever, like that type of thing. And they say, no, you're catfishing, blah blah blah. It's because of this unrealistic standards. You guys are punishing people or judging people for how they look. Meanwhile, men, especially men, can be fat, they can be overweight, they can be ugly, have a big nose, small nose, or thin, tiny nose, big forehead, dreads, long dreads, or short dreads, or balding, or whatever like that, and they will not be judged for that. They will not be judged harshly for that. But if a woman is unattractive, yo, I kid you not, a lot of even the beautiful women, or whatever, the beautiful women, one tiny thing that the apparent unattractive woman is doing, they'll say, yeah, she was shouting at me, she was criticizing me for my whatever, I think she's just jealous. And people will actually agree. They will say, yes, it's true, she is very jealous, she's jealous because you are a very attractive woman, blah blah blah. And I think it's unnecessary. This type of behavior is very unnecessary. I don't think anyone should be judged because of how they look, and how, like, personally now, I was like, okay, let me wear my hair naturally, because like before, back in 2013, I was very confident in my hair. I always just wore my hair out. In high school, I actually wore wigs. But in 2013, like when I decided, okay, you know what? I dyed my hair blonde. And then later on, I was like, let me embrace my hair. So I decided to actually grow my hair out. I let my hair out. I didn't wear wigs as much, but I got some Brazilian hair, and then I got sew-ins. The time before the sew-ins, I actually what was I wearing? I was wearing beanies. I was mostly wearing beanies, because it was very cold where I was studying. Anyways, I digress. For me personally, like wearing the hair was actually not something that I was supposed to do, because I loved embracing my hair. And with wigs, hey, they have a tendency of like chewing a person's hairline. And I personally think that my hairline was chewed like with here, I think my hairline was chewed. I know maybe someone will be like laughing, showing videos to my exes. But anyways, I'm just saying, like, I think it chewed my hairline. And personally, I think when you wear wigs now, your whole identity, it's like almost like taken away, it's like stripped off. You'll be so reliant, or you'll rely on the wig to up your beauty, that type of thing. So right now, I'm so thankful to God that I have come across beautiful women who have embraced their hair. They said no, they're not going to wear wigs, and they said they're just going to, let their hair grow, and do hairstyles that suits them and stuff like that. Honestly, to be honest, like for the past few days, I've been lazy to oil and moisturize my hair. Now it's just dry, and I was thinking of like, does it even matter to have long hair? But I think for me personally, I look nice with long hair, so I shouldn't cut my hair again. Because I think back in 2016, I actually cut my hair, and it was due to like, okay, I was feeling that my hair was a bit like damaged. But if I can compare that time with the time right now, yo, I think my hair is more damaged right now than the time I was thinking it was damaged, because it was not damaged. But I thank God that I actually cut my hair that time, because when I cut my hair, it grew back a lot. But now, if I have to compare like the time when I came back from, I was from Russia, I came to Namibia, and I was like playing around with my hair. My hair, I think it just got damaged along the way. I don't know, because here in Namibia, they always force a person to blow out their hair and then they can do your hair. But those days, people didn't necessarily need your hair to be blown out for them to do your hair. So now these days, it's like you have to blow out your hair in order to whatever, whatever, whatever. And plus, they also have this tendency of like, if they finish doing your hair, then they cut the tip, like the tops of your hair. Meanwhile, that is your hair that is literally cut. It's like being cut off. So the time when you remove your hair, then you have a lot of hair that has like been removed. So like you just have like, it's like every time you get your hair done, then your hair is just slowly shrinking. It comes to things like wigs and makeup, and I know makeup is, it's not a, I I personally, with makeup, right, I'm not really a fan of it, because sometimes some women do rely on makeup in order to feel fierce. And I don't think it should be like that. Like, you don't have to wear the wig. Like, for me, I would always wear my wig in order to up the outfit. But it's not my hair. To be honest, it's not my hair. I should just do my hair the way I should. Like, if I want to make a like a spunky hairstyle, I should just do it. I just have to make the hairstyle creatively and embrace it. Yes, I know wigs have more volume sometimes, but also natural hair can have volume as well. It does, especially when you take care of it, you oil it and all those things. And you just let it grow. You let it grow and you just embrace your hair. So with that being said, it's just something that has been on my mind, that a lot of women have to, including myself, have to always, it's like we always have to go above and beyond in order to look nice, presentable, I guess, to the world, look appealing to everybody. And I know a lot of people, like the Arabs, like the Arab men, like, imagine like let me tell you a story. Actually, I had an ex who was from Morocco. God bless his heart. He's a very lovely man, but I had to ignore him. So he actually saw me online on Facebook, and I was wearing my wig, and he didn't think that I had natural hair. So I think the time when he saw me with natural hair, he felt like he was botched or whatever. Because like he was like, wait, I thought she had long hair. So like, and even with my forehead, it's like, huh? You have a big forehead. So it was like, I guess it was like a shock. And I don't know, maybe people behind my back were like, oh, she only looks nice with the wig on. I don't know what people were saying, and it's really none of my business. Because it's whatever. It is what it is at the end of the day. And a lot of people were wearing wigs, but at the same time, wigs was like hiding how we really look like. And it would also have a shock on ourselves, like, oh, this is how I really look like, this is how my forehead looks like. Anyways, with the whole wig story, I think like sometimes people will only date you maybe because of how you look like. Maybe you have long hair, and your features probably apparently look nice with those hair. Like I was told apparently I don't look nice with my natural hair, I look good with wigs. And I was like, whoa. And that time I was wearing my afro. So, and this one Russian lady was saying I look older with my natural hair. And then I was like, okay. I was just like, am I supposed to like wipe out my identity? What is going on? Like, I might look older with my natural hair, but why should I now go according to your standard? Why should I change my whole appearance? Why should I change it and just to suit your eyes, or just to satisfy your eyes? It's not like that. I'm a whole human being. I wasn't created to appeal to you or to satisfy your eyes. I think we women just have to take a stand against being the male gaze. We should stop trying to be the male gaze. But anyways, let me stop rambling. That's all I wanted to say. It wasn't supposed to go over 20 minutes, but yeah. Thank you for watching. Bye.
If you are ugly, that's okay. Yeah, I said it. If you are ugly, that's okay. Because society has all these definitions, baby, of beauty and all these standards that are really based on the most terrible things and the most inaccurate ideas on what life is really supposed to be about. And when it comes to you defining the quality of your life based off of your looks, you're in the wrong. Because at the end of the day, you can be ugly and still get everything that you've ever dreamed of. You can be ugly and walk on this earth and still get all the loving, honey, that you've ever desired. You can be ugly and love yourself more than a pretty person. You can be ugly and have just the most beautiful life circumstances fall into your lap, because guess what? Life didn't create beauty standards. Society did. Work with life and you will gain love and beauty as it is. But when you in this society, you just can't ignore the standards, because they impact you and they hurt you and your life. So if you want to cry about it, I invite you to do so. But don't believe the lies. If there's one thing that you can control that part, okay? Okay.